Yeah, hi all. So, can anyone audible my voice?
Sir, we are audible to your voice, sir.
Okay. So, what about the screen? Are you able to see my screen?
Sir.
Okay. So, see, Nana, today what our intention is we want to perform the some condition checking, whether true or false. I can say that, or whether the condition what we are expected is coming or not. So, for that all, we will use these conditional statements. And as you are already aware of, if else basically. So, whenever you want to check any condition in Java, mostly we use the if else combination. So, if is used to check the condition, else is a block where we will execute alternative to the if. That means if condition is successful, it will execute the if block. If not, it will execute the else block. So that is the way how the code will be executing. In this only we have different alternatives like only if we can write or if else, like as I mentioned, and also multiple if else you can write in the program. That is what we call else if ladder, if else if like that you can write, and also you can write if within the another if. So nesting, I can say that. So these are the different approaches how we will write the code. So I just showcase you syntax first, then I will go with the some examples so you can understand how we will write the code. Okay. So here if you see only if condition we can write, and if else we can write, and the same way else if later we can write, and also like we have can write the nested like if within the if we can write. So these are all different approaches what we are generally used for condition, and there is a in Java switch also. So it is alternative to the else if ladder. Like if you want to write multiple conditions, so instead of else if ladder you can use switch also. So how we will use, and the syntax how can we write, so we will see practically in the example so that you can understand everything. We'll take some examples over that so that we can get some detailed analysis over that. Okay. So please give me some time. Eclipse is loading. Once it is loading, we can start working on that. Yes, Sinana. So first example, I just want to check that whether the given value is even or odd. Okay, how to do that we'll see now using if else. So as you know, so I'm creating a simple function public void is even is the name. So where I'm passing a value called integer. So which need to verify our n is the given n is even or odd. So for that I need to verify. That means I need to check it. So the syntax will be if followed by condition. So what is the condition here? N percentile 2 equal to 0. Okay. So that means if the given value is if your divides with 2. So if it is giving you a remainder called 0, then we call it as a even number. Otherwise it is odd. So based on the condition what I written, so if n percentile 2 equal 0, so then I'm just printing because as I mentioned here void, so no need to written anything. So you can print directly. The system.out.println. So now it is even. Else system.out.println it is odd. Okay. So now anyway I'm including static keyword here. So now you know what is the advantage of static. So you can simply call the respective function by using the name of the class. So what is the class name? Even odd. So simply dot is even. So we can pass the value. So let's take I'm passing for the first time 10 I'm passing. And this is the advantage of functions actually. So how many times like how many times we require we can call that many times without retyping the code. So let's take I'm giving 11. So what is our expectation? First output is even number, second expectation is odd number, right? So now I'm going to be running this program. Yeah, see that if you observe that, so this is showing as a even number, and the down one whatever we are writing, that is showing as a odd number, right? So likewise, whenever you want to check the conditions in any program, so we can simply use the if else concept. So if within the brackets we should write the condition, and then we have to write the block of statements and else block of statements. So if this condition satisfied, then it will execute the block which is what we have in the if condition. It doesn't print else block. But if the condition fail, it will go for else block. Like example, if you consider for the first value 10. So for the 10, see the first condition is satisfied, so it's showing it's even, but it's not touching any odd number. Similarly for 11, it is going the odd number. So that means always remember conditional statements will execute only once, either if or else, not the both at all the times. So that is basic thing you have to understand. Now assume that I just want to check that. Okay, so positive or negative, I want to check it. Okay, so I'm taking a class. I'm taking positive, negative, 0, P and Z. So here I'm writing public static void verify. Okay, I'm passing a number. So now first, as we know, if it is greater than 0 means more than 0, we call it as a positive number. So positive, else if, so this is what I told you, if you have more than one condition, you can write like this. So one condition is greater than 0, that is positive. Another condition is less than 0, that is negative. Finally, else, zero. See here, in previous example, if you observe that we have only one condition to verify, and out of the two results, one is yes, another one no. But if you coming back to this program, we have three conditions totally. One is greater than 0, another one less than 0, and equal to 0. So that's why in this scenario, like in this sort of situations, you should write else if, like more condition. Like for example, first condition satisfied in the line number 6, then it will go inside the, that is line number 7. It won't go to from 9 to 14 will skip out. If sixth condition fail, then it will go for line number 9 and it will verify that condition. If it is satisfied, then line number 10 will be executed and remaining code will be omitted. Similarly, how many conditions you written in the program, that all will execute one by one. So whichever the condition is satisfied, the respective block will be executed and remaining all will be omitted. But if no condition is satisfied, then by default it will go for else block and it will run the else block code. So that is how the code will be executing in the else if ladder. I can say that are multiple conditions. So is this point clear for everyone?
Yeah, sir, but I have a little doubt. Can I ask you?
Yeah, tell me, Nana.
Sir, at the else if, after else if we have else now, sir.
Yes.
There, there shall we write n is equal to 0. Even can we
Yes,
apply
you
that
can.
condition also, sir?
So it under like see, for example, other than these two conditions, if nothing is to check by default, you have know that like if it is not greater than or less than, damn sure it is 0. You can write like that. But
Yes,
if you really wants to include that condition, yes, you can include like this n equal to equal 0. So this is also okay. No errors will show. Like this also you can work out.
sir. Okay, sir, thank you.
Yeah. Any other doubts?
Sir, no other doubts, sir.
Hello.
No other doubts, sir. No doubts, no.
Okay, good. So now as we know, so to call this, simply we can write cnz dot verify and followed by some 20 or something like that we can give it. Okay. So now showing as a positive as expected. Okay. So this is how the condition checking is will happen. Now Yeah, any doubt as of now? No, right? Okay. So just want to check that which is the biggest value. So for that I'm taking bigger, I can say that. Two values I want to take the input and I want to check that which one is the big. Okay. Yeah. So now here I'm taking public void big. So here I'm taking two values into a comma into b. So now you see first thing here, uh, like just imagine that if both of that AB if not equal, then only there is a scope of any one will be big or small, right? If both are already equal, then there is no scope of checking which is big. So what I'm trying to do, first I'm checking if A not equal to B, means if both are not equal, then only you have to check which is the big. So like however here I writing, so like if A greater than B, and then system dot out dot println A is big. Okay. Else system dot out dot println. Okay. Here B is big. So this is the first case covered. That means if both the values are not equal, then you will check which is the big. If both are the values which given as a equal, then it will go for outer else where I can print simply both are equal. So no need to check which is the big because if both are given, directly will come back to this block. So we can write simply equal. So likewise, you can even segregate the logic also as for your requirements. So this is also one of the example for nested if. So if you see if within the if, that means if first condition is satisfied, then only go for other condition. Otherwise, it will directly go for else. There is no need of checking unnecessarily the two conditions wasting the time. So likewise, you can also control the logic as per your requirement also. Okay. So now I didn't give the static keyword. So you people know that if I'm not giving the static keyword, you should define the object for the respective class. Then only you can access the content to the respective function. So bigger b equal to new bigger of and sorry, then we have to write b dot, then b dot we have to write big, where you can write let's take 10 20. Okay, now we can run this code, run as Java application. Yeah, see that b is big we are getting. So similarly if I'm giving 20, so if we are able to run this, we are getting both are equal. So likewise, so here I hope you understand the how we will use if else in different variations. So here the syntax way there is no difference. Everywhere if you see if else only. But how many you are writing conditions like whether you are writing multiple or single, based on that the structure will change maybe. But the way of writing for all if else will be the same only. There is no difference even one line also. So that's why please remember only mainly if else. So that make you to write all types of conditions as per your requirement. So basically if else is the base core component. Based on that we will write multiple variations or multiple structures based on our requirement. So is this point clear for everyone? Any doubt as of now? The conditional statement, do you have any doubt? Please ping me. Otherwise I will go for next point. Any
Sir,
doubt in conditional statements?
sir,
Yeah.
Sir, the final statement that B dot big 2020 is there, na, sir.
ఎందులో
That last one, sir, after public static void main string
B dot
arguments
big
bigger B is equal. We have written that because we didn't apply the static on the top side.
ఎస్
So
ఇక్కడ
we wrote
స్టాటిక్ రాయలేదు
bigger B is equal.
కాబట్టి బిగ్గర్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేసి కాల్ చేస్తాం అంతే.
And then again B dot big 2020, I didn't get that. So that last one, sir, last line B dot big 2020 is there, na, sir, in bracket. అది కొంచెం చెప్తారా సార్, అది కొంచెం కన్ఫ్యూజన్ ఉంది.
ఏం లేదు నాన్న, ఇది ఇక్కడ స్టాటిక్ రాయలేదు కాబట్టి నేను ఇక్కడ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ కాల్ చేస్తాను. అంటే బిగ్గర్ డాట్ అని కూడా బి డాట్ అని రాస్తున్నాను. ఇది ఫస్ట్ పాయింట్ క్లియర్ అయిందా?
అర్థమైంది సార్.
ఓకే. రెండోది దీని పేరు ఏంటి ఇక్కడ?
బిగ్
బిగ్ అదే ఇక్కడ బి డాట్ బిగ్. ఓకే. అండ్ ఇక్కడ దీనికి 2 ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్స్ ఇవ్వాలి. ఒకటి ఏ, ఇంకోటి బి. అవే 20, 20. సో ఇప్పుడు మనం ఇది కాల్ చేస్తే ఇది వెళ్ళి దీన్ని ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేస్తుంది. ఇప్పుడు ఇది ఏమవుతుంది, ఈ 2 సేమ్ కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ ఏ నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు బి కాదు. అంటే కండిషన్ ఫెయిల్ అయింది. సో ఎల్స్‌కి వస్తది. ఎల్స్‌లో ఏముంది, ఈక్వల్ ఉంది. ఆ ఈక్వల్ నీకు ప్రింట్ అయింది ఇక్కడ.
ఓకే సార్. ఓకే. yes.
ఓకే. సో along with if else in Java, we have also switch అనే కాన్సెప్ట్ కూడా ఉందన్నమాట. ఓకే. సో స్విచ్ ఆల్సో ఇట్ ఈస్ వర్క్స్ యాజ్ లైక్ ఎల్సిఫ్ లాడర్. ఇంతకుముందు ఎల్సిఫ్ ఏదైతే చెప్పానో అలానే పనిచేస్తుంది. బట్ లిటిల్ డిఫరెన్స్ లైక్ స్విచ్ విల్ వర్క్ ఆన్ నాట్ ఆన్ కండిషన్ బేసికలీ. స్విచ్ బేసికలీ విల్ వర్క్ ఆన్ లైక్ what I can say that value based I can say that. ఓకే. సో సింప్లీ SW డెమో పెట్టుకుంటున్నాను నేను. ఓకే. సో నాకు జస్ట్ ఏం లేదు, ఇక్కడ వెరీ సింపుల్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఏంటంటే నా ఇంటెన్షన్ ఏంటంటే వెరీ సింపుల్గా yeah. So for example, based on the value, I want to print the like Sunday to Monday అనుకుందాం. ఓకే. సో ప్రింట్ డే అనుకుందాం. సో ఫంక్షన్ పేరు వచ్చి పబ్లిక్ స్టాటిక్ void print day. ఓకే. ఇట్ టేక్స్ an int n. ఒకవేళ n 0 వస్తే సండే, 6 వస్తే సాటర్డే. అది నా లాజిక్. సో దానికి మనం స్విచ్ వాడుకోవచ్చు అనమాట. స్విచ్ ఫాలోడ్ బై n అని రాసి సేమ్ కోడ్ మనకు రెగ్యులర్ రాసినట్టు ఏం లేదు లాజిక్. ఇక్కడ కేసెస్ వస్తాయి అంతే. ఇప్పుడు అక్కడ ఇఫ్ ఎల్స్ అని రాసినా కదా, ఇక్కడ కేసెస్ ఉంటుంది. ఇప్పుడు కేస్ 0 అయితే ఏం చెప్పాను, కేస్ 0. సో సిస్టమ్ డాట్ అవుట్ డాట్ అలా ఇలా మల్టిపుల్ ఆప్షన్స్ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఇది వాడతాం అనమాట. అంతే, ఇంకేం లేదు. ఎల్సిఫ్ బదులు కేసు వస్తుంది అంతే. జస్ట్ సండే అనుకుందాం. సో ఇట్లా ఇప్పుడు మనకి ఎన్ని కేసులు కావాలి, మొత్తం 7 కేసులు కావాలి. సో దట్ ఆల్ యూ కెన్ రైట్ ఇట్ డౌన్. Yes, we have. So if you observe that, based on the value which you are given, it will take the cases. So ఇదేం చేస్తుందంటే ఇక్కడ మీకు the value which you are passing, it will compare each case value, whatever we given, like 0, 1, 2, 3. If any of that value is matching the respective case, it will print the respective value. If no case is matching, then by default, it will go for default case. There is a default case in the switch. So that will execute when there is no case will be matching. Like example here I'm writing invalid, that means it's not proper value. So like that we can differentiate it. Okay. So this is a switch syntax. So switch is a straightforward else if ladder, but only we have here value instead of condition comparison. Here we have value comparison. Every time we are comparing with the value. Okay. So now I'm just calling that SW demo dot so print day. So for example, if I'm passing 4, okay, so now it will print the respective day which we are giving. See here, if you observe that, it's giving, oh, see, from Thursday all the values are printing. Why? Because Actually, in switch, after each case, we should write the break to stop that particular execution, because once that case is matched, that means we should not go for next line. So likewise, we should write break after every case what we have in code. Okay, so that once your code execution completed, it will terminate the respective block. It may not go for other blocks. But if you have missed to write the break, what will happen? It automatically will go all the other lines of code once match it done. But default not required. But remaining all cases, we should require to write the break keyword in Java. So now if you see same keyword, if I'm writing 4, so now you can able to see only Thursday you are getting. Okay. So likewise. So like if you give some invalid value, like example, if I'm giving, see here, what happened? By default, okay, sorry, we given 4 already, right? That's why it's coming Thursday. For example, -5 I'm giving, okay? So if I'm giving the -5 here, now you will get a value called invalid. Instead of your output, it will show you as an invalid value. Now you see, showing still Thursday. What happened? Didn't save it. 1 second. Yeah, show that invalid, okay? So likewise, we will use the switch also sometimes, but more on we will use the if else only, not the switch. But maybe sometimes, if any places. So this is how we will use the switch in the statements. Okay, so both if else and switch commonly, mostly whatever we used in the part of Java conditional statements. But we can say 80 to 90% we are using if else. Very rarely we use the switch. Sometimes, okay, more on times we will use if else. So more do the practice on more on if else rather than switch. I will share the one task list on the conditional statements. Please go through the tasks and try to implement based on the today class. And still, if you are facing any doubt, you can ask me in the next class, and I will focus on that. Otherwise, I will start the looping statements in the next class, like for loop and while loop. Okay? Is it clear, everybody? Hello?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. हाँ, sir.
Okay. So do the practice. I will share the task sheet and start practicing. Okay? Bye.
Sir, okay, sir. Can you share this video on YouTube now, sir?
And
ఇది యూట్యూబ్ లో ఇప్పుడు షేర్ చేస్తున్నారా సార్?
చేస్తున్నాను, ఇప్పుడే చేస్తాను. క్లాస్ అవగానే చేసి పంపిస్తాను.
ఓకే సార్,
ఓకే,
ఓకే.
బాయ్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ.